Good morning, everybody. I'm starting this video with this screenshot. This video is from the 11th of January, as you can see here. It's called Volume and Accumulation on EURUSD. I did a lot of video on EURUSD due to the fact that for me, it is the most important trade I'm doing now. So, what I was saying on the 11th of January, you can look at it inside this video that is posted. And I was saying and showing that we had this accumulation of money here, this big accumulation here. That's why it's called accumulation volume. This analysis is based on volume. Most important here is volume. And I was showing that we could expect this move up to this level, and that's exactly what we had. If we look now, let me move that thing here. If we look now what happened since that day, okay, I don't show that to say that I was right or wrong. I just say because many are not looking at the video and then they ask me 10 times the same thing. So what I did and what I showed this time, and I wrote it, I said we should see an acceleration when price will come back on this 113.21 level. And we should go to this area that I show here, which is this block here at 114.88. And what happened is exactly what could have been expected, and we came right to this level at 114.84. So I just readjusted the levels, but that's nothing because that's very long-term levels. Now I was expecting we would pull back, and I posted a video and a call for a pullback from this area. This pullback happened, and that's what we had here. If we look at this one, when we came in this level, which is still the same, 114.84, I said we will pull back. I was expecting a bounce in this area, which was my really big area for the bounce. This one is still very important, of course, because it's the beginning of everything. It's the point of control, what we call the point of control. So what happened yesterday is I posted this chart. It was, I think, a 2-hour chart or something like this. And I was calling from a bounce on this level. We had a small bounce and then we broke again through it. I wrote, I think, many times in the chat room and on Twitter that we will try to scare people being long Euro USD before seeing the continuation of that move up to the 120 level. So what happened yesterday is exactly that. We first had a bounce to this level. We came back nearly to the original point, break point, or whatever you call it. And now we have a potential trade for about 600 pips. So if we overshoot or if we go to the next level and we go lower 40 pips or something like that on a 500 or 600 pips trade, that's not a big deal. And we must not, or we cannot change, or I don't change my mind just because we overshooted here. Let me check it. 44 pips. That's nothing inside what we look for. So we still have the same thing that I've been calling a lot. Let me take off that thing here because it's a little bit bothering me on the chart. Okay, so we still have the same thing. We have had this very big accumulation of money under this point, and it's at the end in between 2 points of control, short-term and longer-term point of control. So this is a huge accumulation of money, very big accumulation. We never came back to the 61.8 fib that I mentioned already in a lot of video and charts. So we never came back to this area. I was expecting we could come back to this one and probably touch the 2360, the 2360 fib of the ABC up, which is in that area, and in this case we would flush those stops. We didn't. Now that we broke above that very important level, I think we are running up. I think we are looking for the 120 now. So this level and this area here is very important for the continuation, as it has been since the beginning, because that's where everything started from. When I mentioned we would in that video, when I mentioned we would fly from here with an acceleration, if you look what I wrote, that's exactly what you had here. And that's what happened. Let me take off that one. That's what happened before we started flying. Why? It's because we went with money makers, went back where they have the accumulation of money, which is this starting point here, the 113.20, 113.19. We went right there before getting momentum and flying. That's what we did again yesterday or today. We are here. We went back here. We show an ABC, a correction, an inside correction after this impulsive move. If we look at that on a daily, you see here you have more or less three candles, 1, 2, 3 candle on the way down. So we see we had an impulsive move up, and we are coming back again in what I call the lake of momentum, or some people can call that a liquidity pool, or whatever they want to call it. I don't mind. But here, what are doing market makers, they are coming back in the accumulation area. They will probably accumulate more money, or they already did it yesterday here. They already did it yesterday. And then from there, we will see the second start, which can be from here, which can be from there. But in that area, we will see the market going up again. That is what I'm looking for, and that has not changed. So when we have a view like this, which is based on observation and not analysis, but observation, we observe an accumulation. We observe that the market makers came back, get some momentum. They went to swallow momentum here, and then we had the first leg. Then we went short here. We came back inside the momentum lake, and now from there, I still expect this move up. Something or anything will help that move to happen. Of course, now everybody is confused because of that move, and that's exactly what they want. People were thinking to get long here. Everybody has tried to buy the break point, or whatever you call it, of this move up, because that's what many people are trading, and they have been burned many times. Either they bought this level, which is a break point, whatever they bought, they have been burned because they were expecting this breakpoint to see a continuation. It didn't, and that's done because they know, market makers know very well what most of the crowd is doing, and most of the crowd is playing breakouts, and that does not work in many occasions. This is, let's say, the breakout area, if we consider that was the main area, and at the same time it was mined, but not because of breakout, but because of this super support we have here. So now, what do I expect? The same. I expect a continuation on the upside, and we have our target at 120 here, which is the 61.8 ABC on the upside. So for me, nothing has changed. We stay in the same thing. We just didn't stop on the first level I was expecting, but we came back in the initial momentum lake, if we can call it like this, if it's a good way, I think, to call it. So we have here a strong area where market makers will come to add more, even more position. That's what I see, and that's what I think they are doing, and that's what we can read on the fingerprint they left on the market during all this time since middle of November 21 till we broke above this consolidation, and that was in the 11th of January or the 12th of January 22. So accumulation, we break through, we come back here. They accumulated more position when nobody wanted to get long because scared of that move, thinking Dixie will fly, blah, blah, blah. I wrote that 10 times. So now we can go up because most of the people are confused. They don't know what to do. They think Dixie will fly, Euro USD will go to 110 or whatever because of a trend line or because of anything, but that's not what price action and volume and fibs are telling us. So for me, the upside is the right side, and EURUSD will see 120 sooner than many are expecting.